I'm Dr. Janice Gare, better known as DocJenFit, and we're gonna go over rounded shoulders today. So what does it mean when those shoulders are coming forward and round and those hands are kind of turning in? Maybe you notice in the mirror, your posture's kind of slacking a little bit. So we're gonna go over what you can do, and we're gonna start at the rib cage, because guess what? It is not just about the shoulders, but it's about everything that encompasses this upper body. All right, so first one, we're gonna come down on the floor because I like you to just be in a very relaxed position. And we wanna actually address the rib cage, because in order to get the shoulder blades moving along the rib cage, we actually have to be able to get this rib cage to expand. It's what we do in diaphragmatic breathing, and it's just how we start to get this rib cage to open up, relax the body, and take tension off of this chest area. So I'm gonna grab my fingertips, not grab them, but I'm gonna place my fingertips underneath my rib cage here. And then I'm just gonna see what it feels like to kind of wiggle underneath the rib cage. Can you even get your fingers underneath your rib cage? Can you relax the belly? These are all great things to just start to observe within your body. And then see, after you kind of are wiggling underneath, you don't wanna go so hard that it's super painful. You're just gonna feel it, and then see if you can spend some time wiggling in and breathing into it. And then you're gonna say, okay, can I take a deep breath into that rib cage and expand it to the sides? A lot of people think of breathing as just being in the belly, but it's actually this rib cage that we want moving. And what's great about that is that when we get this rib cage expanding and moving, what we actually do is we help to decrease the pressure of the elevation and using those upper traps, making the pec and everything super tight. And we drop this area to be able to relax and actually expand where we're supposed to for breath. Then we're gonna come up and find a wall. This is my favorite pec stretch. It's the one that I show and tell everyone about. All you're gonna do is you're gonna have your inside leg is going to be forward, back leg is a little bit further back, so it's not in a huge lunge, it's just a little bit. We're gonna take this tailbone, tuck it under, and squeeze that glute, okay? This holds the low back in place, and so all we get to focus on is the chest. Now I'm gonna bring my arm up and just back right at a diagonal. Now I'm gonna focus on keeping this shoulder blade really back into my spine. So this is the most important part, because we're gonna kind of turn away from the wall and feel a good pec stretch right at the front of that chest. But what you don't wanna do is allow that shoulder to roll forward, because then we just get into this area here and we're not really opening that chest. The chest is what needs to open so that we get those shoulders to relax back. So coming here, drawing and opening, squeezing that bum. And I just like to bring my hand to my belly and take 5 slow breaths. If your hand starts to fall asleep, drop the arm. It just means you have a little increased tension and it's kind of pressing down on those nerves and the arteries that kind of allow the blood flow out to your hand. So just take it down, shake it out, and then try it again. Okay, it is okay. It's just gonna take time for that chest to open up. The next one we're gonna do is an active rotation. So we just stretched and opened the chest. Now we wanna get this upper back moving so that it's not putting so much tension on the low back or the shoulders. So again, same position, locking it in, squeezing that bum. We're gonna reach over. This time we're trying not to touch the wall. I'm gonna rotate my sternum toward the wall as much as I can, and then coming all the way down. So reaching up, rotating my sternum, shoulder blade into my spine, and coming all the way down. Up and all the way down. So a lot of people are gonna ask, how many of everything, right? For the rib cage, I like to spend at least 1 to 2 minutes. The pec stretch, I like to spend at least 5 good breaths, 2 to 3 times, really slow breaths, so really, really slow to get that expansion and relaxation. And then the rotation, I just like to do 5 to 10 on each side. It just kind of gets you active and opening. Now, once you're got that rib cage expanded, shoulder blade in place, pec open, now we can actually start to do some exercises that are going to make a big difference in how that posture actually holds. Now we're gonna grab us a handy dandy band here. This is just what is called like a pull-up band that you can use, a resistance band. You can find them on Amazon, but I'll also drop a link to Hope Fitness. It's the ones that I use all the time, me and Dr. Dom. And I think I have a discount code, so I'll drop that in the description box. Make sure to check that below, okay? So here, I'm going to start with a step in, and we're gonna start to just warm up that upper back. Warm it up. It's gonna be pretty difficult with the band, but that's okay. Okay, here we go. So when we're lying against the wall, we wanna have a slight bend in the knees. It just takes some tension off of that pelvis. And you wanna try to get your tailbone, the upper back, and your head against the wall without looking back, but looking straight ahead. The other thing we want to pay attention to is this rib cage. So we just worked on the rib cage, we gained awareness of it. Now, where is it in space, okay? So is it up in order to get your head back, or can I bring this upper portion of it down, okay? This is the part that we want to be focusing on for the rib cage. A good way to start to practice and get into it is taking a deep breath out. So I'm going to breathe in, breathe out, try to get that rib cage to point down toward my pelvis. All of a sudden it's down. Don't hold the breath now. Keep breathing, but try to keep that rib cage pointed down. If it's too hard for that head to come up, it can come off just a little bit. You may not be there yet, but the more that you work on it, the better it will become, okay? Then we're gonna take this band, we're gonna bring the elbows back, and we're gonna try to open. Now with this opening, you don't want the elbows to come away from you, and you wanna keep those elbows kind of hugged into your side as much as possible, and then just opening toward the wall as much as possible. So I'm keeping that shoulders down, rib cage down, chin tucked, and then I'm gonna squeeze my back between my shoulder blades and then come back. So I'm just gonna try about 10 of these at a time, okay? So it's a great warm up. If you feel like this band is too much, you can even take it off of the feet, make it a little bit looser, and then try it that way, okay? Next one, after those 10, you're gonna try T's. So we're gonna bring the arms out in front of you now. Shoulders are gonna try to relax down as much as possible, okay? You just wanna make sure the shoulders don't come up and the rib cage doesn't come out, okay? So elbows straight, rib cage down, chin tucked, and then you come back this way. So you want to think, can my shoulder blades pull together toward the wall and then release? 10, just like this, okay? That might be where you stop if you feel like, whew, that was pretty exhausting. My upper back is not used to that. That's okay. That's where you start. This is a more advanced one, I would say. So you can also start it without even using a band. We're gonna bring the arms out in front of us and go into more of a Y. So again, as my arms raise, I wanna make sure my rib cage doesn't rise up, my back isn't coming away from the wall, my shoulders aren't coming up, and lastly, your elbows aren't bending. This is a big one that people like to try to cheat on, and sometimes it's not even awareness. You're just trying to get your hands back. So you don't have to touch the wall, okay? So rib cage down, shoulders down, and then you just try to come up as much as possible and come back down. You do not have to touch the wall if that is not accessible for those shoulders at this time. It's just about opening up that upper back and trying to make it nice and strong right around the rotators in the back of the shoulder so that you naturally end up standing up with better posture without forcing anything. Then we're gonna take this band away. So next is gonna be wall angels. I'm gonna show you against the wall, but you can also sit on the ground and really get that rib cage down, which makes it a little bit harder. So I'm gonna bring my arms as far back into the wall. Again, if you're out a little bit, it's okay. So try to get your upper back. If your head isn't quite reaching, it's okay right now. Keep working on it. You can still do a chin tuck away from the wall, okay? So I'm gonna bring my arms and open them wide, and then I'm just gonna slide up the wall and then slide back down. So the goal is going to be to bring those hands together at the top. It's going to be quite tough without causing this happening or getting the hands off the wall. You wanna try to keep everything on the wall. Keep that chin tucked, rib cage down, glide, and then come back. Glide, and then come back. And then you can see Can I touch my hand? Ooh, maybe it's getting better. Okay, so it's just 10. For more of a challenge, that's where you're gonna drop it down, have those knees bent. It tucks that tailbone under a lot, rib cage down, and it really makes you force into that upper body to work a lot more. So that's it for rounded shoulders. Great exercises that could truly create real change in your body, especially the more that you do it. So keep working at it. I'm gonna have more videos coming for you. So drop a comment below, make sure to subscribe, and let me know what you'd wanna see in the future. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you're enjoying it. Don't forget to like and comment below to let me know what you think, and subscribe so you don't miss any in the future.